Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you 3 selections for tomorrow's racing. But before we get into that, I just want to go through a couple of things. First of all, I just want to apologise for not doing a video on here over the last couple of days. I just was taking a break, recharging the batteries, and I'm back now. So yeah, apologies for that. Also as well, quickly just want to reflect on how our tips performed on Saturday. In the end, we finally got a winner after a really dry spell last week. We weren't that great last week. Had nothing really to write home about. Had one or two excuses, but ultimately most of them just weren't good enough on the day. But Radabarg was able to give us a little bit of redemption in the Irish Lincoln. He was advertised at 11 to 1 each way. He was sent off, I think, 9 to 2 favourite in the end. There was quite a lot of money for him, and in the end, he absolutely hacked up. So, yeah, hope some of you were aboard that one. Away from that, the other tips were slightly disappointing. Gareth blew the start and was always up against it. And then you had Emphatic Answer, who ultimately I thought might make the run in, but she didn't. She took a lead, and that probably paid to her chances. And then Amethyst in the Lincoln, he went out like a light after attracting a lot of market support. Maybe that was the Ross Orion factor, who had a good day at Doncaster on Saturday, and maybe that's why people were coming on for him. But yeah, on the whole, on Saturday wasn't a bad day of Radabarg, and in the end, it was good um, to round off with a positive after a disappointing week. But for the whole of March, it still has been a good month. Obviously, the first half was really good. Cheltenham wasn't bad for us either, but last week was definitely a bit of a blip. But hopefully, we can build on our latest runner, Radabarg, and give you some winners this week. And like I said at the top of the video, I've got 3 selections for tomorrow's race. Then we're going to be going to Uttoxeter for the first one of them, where we're going to be going with my next best in this mare's handicap hurdle. And I quite like the chances here in the 3:35 with Sainte for Richie McClernand and Neil Mulholland. Currently available at 11 to 4 with most firms in the colours of JP and McManus. I'm going to recommend a 1 point win bet here as my next best of the day. Now, this horse has been running quite well since she returned from a break without winning. She's been knocking on the door. She finished second on her last couple of starts. Most notably, she finished second last time out at Fakenham when she was taking on the boys. And if she hadn't maybe made a mistake at the last after she cruised into the race, she might have been able to win that race. However, she had to give £10 away to the winner, who was a gelding, 34 stitches, and he was actually coming into that race off the back of a win. So it was a pretty competitive affair there, and she definitely didn't discredit herself. She should find this probably a little bit easier coming against her own sex. I know she does have to give away plenty of weight to her rivals, but I think this better ground suits her. I think she could still have a little bit more to give off her current handicap mark. I don't think this is particularly the strongest mare's race. I thought she had quite a few things in her favour tomorrow, and I thought 11 to 4. I thought she was quite a solid favourite and would probably be able to get the job done. So that's why she's going to be my next best of the day. My nap then runs in the next race at Uttoxeter, and I quite like the chances of River Legend here, who I think should be favourite for Han and Darry Skelton. Currently available at 9 to 4 with most firms. I'm going to recommend a 1 point win bet here. Now, I think the key for this horse tomorrow could be stepping up in trip. It's the first time he's ever tackled 3 miles, but he's got plenty of stamina in his pedigree. He's actually from the family of Death Duty on his dam side, so that shouldn't be a problem at all if he's anywhere near that level. But yeah, he's going to be making his handicap debut tomorrow off a mark of 106. And I think after what he showed last time out, that's definitely a very workable mark for him. Now, last time we saw him, he ran in a race at Chepstow when he was coming from off the pace, and he did get outpaced, but he stuck to the task well, and he shaped that he wanted this step up in trip behind a couple of decent prospects with the likes of Current Mood and King of the West, who had some pretty solid form before that, and they're rated quite a bit higher than he was. So that was a good effort there by by uh, by River Legend, and he's still only a 6-year-old, and he could have a little bit more to offer. He's maybe not been the most convincing horse on what we've seen from him. He's maybe been a bit in and out, but he's having a second run after wind surgery tomorrow. This doesn't look a particularly strong race. I just thought the step up and trip could really unlock a lot more potential, and I thought there was a lot of encouragement in that run at Chepstow on his latest start. So yeah, I think when you add that all into the bargaining, I just thought this horse, he stood out to me, and I thought he had really solid credentials in the race to maybe build on his current form. So yeah, that's why he's going to be my nap of the day. We then go to the 8:30 at Wolves with a horse called Udaberri for Tom Marquand and Sean Woods. Currently available at 20 to 1. This is the outside of the field, but I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection here. I just thought this horse shouldn't be the price he is. Now, at first glance, you're thinking, blimey, Chris, why are you putting him up? But I just thought that if you actually look at a lot of his form, he's actually bumped into quite a few smart prospects, and he's making his handicap debut tomorrow for a mark of 74. He's returning from a break. He's been gelded, so you're hoping that's going to bring out some improvement. But a lot of his novice form stacked up from last year. He wasn't beaten by horses that are rated 15, 20 pounds higher. He ran in a race at Sandown where plenty of horses have come out and have been competing in group and listed company. So he's definitely worth his place off this current mark. His latest effort saw him finish 8th for Lingfield when he was held off the pace. Nothing came off the pace at all in that race. And actually, I don't think that was a bad maiden. We've not seen it fully work out yet, but I didn't think it was a bad one at the time. And like I say, nothing was coming off the pace. I think you just put a line through that run. And I think moving forward in handicaps over this kind of distance, I think he's an interesting proposition. From what we've seen so far, he's quite versatile tactically. He's been sent to the front before. He's been held up the pace. I just thought that if they did use hold up tactics tomorrow, there's quite a bit of pace on in here. Quite a few that like to get on with it. And I just thought a few at the top of the market maybe weren't that well handicapped on what they achieved. I thought Homeric, had every chance to be better than his mark last time out, even though he did win in novice company. But I don't think he's much better than his mark. I don't think he's got a ton in his hands. I don't think Andrew Bolden particularly maybe have a lot in hand. I just thought there's quite a few in here that I would like to take on at the top of the market. And I just thought Udaberri on some of his form last season, I just thought he shouldn't be the price. Sean Woods has made a good transition to training, previously trained in Hong Kong, and he's put the services of Tom Marquand a few times, and they've been seen to a good effect. Tom's ridden a couple of winners for him, so that wouldn't bother me at all. I just thought if they did go a good gallop here tomorrow, they used hold-up tactics like they did last time, he might be able to come with a late run and maybe nick a place. And I thought 20-1 there, that wasn't a bad each-way selection, so that's why he's going to be my long shot of the day. So there are the 3 selections then for tomorrow's racing. Let me know in the comments box below what you're going to be backing tomorrow. If you're still enjoying these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to the YouTube channel at LuckyLoads15. If you want to follow me on the socials, I'm on Twitter and Insta at LuckyLoader15. And that's all I've got to say, so please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.